Hi everyone, welcome back to day 4 of Stardew Valley of Stardew Diaries. I'm sorry. I'm actually a bit happy today, honestly. After getting the new monitor, I honestly didn't even notice anything change. It's the same model pretty much, so it's just you know, it's it's a Saturday. It's very cold. It's so windy outside today as well. Um, and I'm bundled up now and comfy and relaxing. Work's finally finished. I get to rest for a couple of days, and I didn't pre-record. so, and while I was at work, I was pretty much looking forward to recording this, and I'm so tempted to play more. Stardew Valley is so comforting, and I'm not sure why I decided to make it 1 day per per episode or per session, but um it's just I want to play more, and I'm thinking of I don't know. I don't want to oversaturate it though. There's so much, you know. I want this to be as disciplined as possible, and I don't want to get ahead of myself too much. But and you know, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. I'm kind of starting to, you know, feel at home in Stardew Diaries, I guess. Um, I hope you guys are too. And yeah, so it's a Saturday. It's relaxing. We're gonna play some Stardew Valley, and then I have all sorts of activities lined up for today, and I'm actually going to talk about something that I'm very passionate about, are hobbies and ambitions. I think it's going to be the title for today. Since I've got all sorts of stuff lined up already, I need to finish my art commission. I need to prepare for my D&D session tonight, and it's all stuff that are important to me, stuff that makes me happy, and it gives me a lot of fulfillment after a tiring and hard week, and it motivates me to keep going, you know? And I want to talk more about that, and you know, doing those kind of stuff. I mean, this isn't scripted at all, but can give you more opportunities in the future, and working on yourself, being active in life, um, will make you feel like you might need more space someday. And you can't get bigger things if you don't work on things, if you know what I mean. In any case, that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So that mail was just for expanding your house and stuff. And oh look, we've unlocked the deluxe fishing pole because we raised our fishing a lot. It's really a shame that we weren't able to get um the catfish yesterday. I guess I wasn't good enough. That's so negative to say, but it's just it happens. It's fine. There'll be more rainy days, I'm sure. So we weren't able to sell these yesterday because um I came home so late, and I didn't want to miss, I don't want to lose any energy for today. So we're gonna hide these two things, since eventually we'll be able to make a recycling machine. So we can use those there. It just gives us a little bit more value for the stuff that we have. So yeah. I don't think the mine is open yet, so I'm not able to gather enough stone. I need 200. That's a lot of stone. Um, so it looks like the crow has eat ate one of my crops. That's very unfortunate. Um, but we still have plenty of other crops here. So once again, facing challenges head on. I'm not gonna get bothered by that. So we're just gonna water these. hope you guys are having a good day already. I know it's a bit early, but just it's weekend. It's nice. It's so sunny and cold, which is honestly a bit rare, I guess. Um, but it is sunny and cold today. It's because I believe the polar caps, no, not the polar caps, the ice in the mountains are melting. Winter is over. Even though we don't have winter here, it still affects, our climate and temperature. So that's how it works, right? So we're gonna try and get 200 stone today. To make ourselves. Oh, I don't have enough money for a fishing pond, but why not? We're gonna start working towards it. So we're just gonna try clean up a little bit, get her some stone, maybe do some foraging today. But I'm also kinda tempted to just keep fishing as well. Get that 5,000 gold mark. I might buy one fish trout from Wooly today. Just to get things started, since I do need a lot of money early game. I know it's a bit bad to buy a fish trout. It's, I think, 200 gold, but I think we did well yesterday. Well enough, at least. Okay, 49 stone should be good enough. Might even eat this river jelly. So, actually, let's leave this here. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing. I think it's too soft for you guys to hear, but it is, raging outside. I can hear the whistling of the wind. It's really cold. I hope you guys are staying warm. So back to fishing. So where was I? About hobbies. Yeah. So as I've said, hobbies, give me passion, give me energy to get through the tough parts throughout my day and like my regular schedule of like working, and that stuff. And that's something that you can use for yourself too. People view hobbies differently. I personally think that they are my identity. That's how important they are to me. They allow me to... Oh my goodness! Look! A diamond! So early, 750 gold! I might be able to... Can I sell it? Clint. I can sell it to Clint. But there's also these rice shoot. I just wasted all my energy today, but I want to plant it next to some water. So I don't need to water it, but that's awesome. That is really, really good early game item. A diamond just gives me a lot of money to play around with. Sunfish. So yeah, again, sorry. About hobbies. It gives me a lot of energy and a lot of passion. Gives me identity. It's what makes me who I am. And I'm sure everyone has interest in hobbies as well. So I'd like you to think about your hobbies right now and, just think about them and why it makes you like them or have fun with them. And if it's not, then maybe that's something that you need to consider about your hobby. If it's more like a chore, then it's not giving you the same level of fulfillment and satisfaction. Maybe you need to reconsider. But just think about your hobby and think about why it makes you feel nice. It's because it's those kind of things that shapes you, molds you. I forgot what it what it actually says, but or how it goes, but hobbies define the five biggest hobbies that you do define who you are. So I'll start with myself. Right now, I love doing video games, art. I love learning. I love I love socializing, but maybe not that too much. But and it and I love like the idea of. I mean, I love games, and eventually I love make. I want to try and make my own games, and I want to help people, and teach them. And obviously, I haven't even mentioned D&D yet, so it's just so fascinating how all of those culminate together. Since the first thing that I'm talking about is hobby, but the next thing is about ambition, and everything that I'm doing right now leads to my ambition to become a game developer in the future. I might not be the programmer, but I want to be involved in that kind of industry, or maybe not industry, just that kind of expression, you know? Stardew Valley actually is one of the games that really, really inspired my creative thinking, and that games can be not just a way to pass time, but can also be a way for you to introspect and think and learn, in a different way, or express yourself. I mean, I'm using Stardew Valley right now to help me express myself. It can be applied to all sorts of things. If you play League of Legends, Valorant, things like that, then it teaches you how to be competitive, how to make smart decisions, and that can be used in real life situations too. So, games aren't just they are made for entertainment, but they can also be used in other things. So another example is D&D. If you're not familiar, it's a tabletop role-playing game where you role play as different characters, and you go through adventures. There's all sorts of stuff that you can learn from just playing D&D. You need to be involved in writing. You need to be involved in character design, so you can be an artist. You're involved in a social setting, since D&D can be played by yourself, but most of the time it's played as a group. So you have to learn people dynamics, socializing, social cues, things like that. So there's so much to learn, and you can even do cosplay, and there's sound elements to it as well, voice acting. I think it's one of those golden hobbies out there. There's so much that you can benefit from just immersing yourself in a hobby. And for me, as the DM, I'm hit by all of those things that I've said 10 times more. And the more effort that I put into my games, the more fulfilling that it is. And it's actually quite a unique experience, because I get to share those actively with other people around me that feel the same way. And I haven't even started to mentioning the ways you can play D&D. There's so many ways that you can play D&D. You can play comedic, you can play more narrative driven, or maybe combat oriented, and all of those things provide a different kind of experience and different kinds of learning. And then it's just so much. It just makes me excited talking about it. And going back to ambition, that's my goal. My goal is to express and share thoughts and share thoughts to provoke other people's emotions, and not in a negative way, but like an introspective way, through story, through writing, through music, all sorts of stuff. And you can definitely do that by playing video games. And I am a graduate of computer science. I'm interested in programming, but I think I'm fitting into a more leadership role or management role. So eventually I'd like to look for people that are interested in in video games, and maybe somewhere down the road, I look back in this video and say, wow, Kuko did think about his future so much, so early. Um, and, I'd say to myself, I'm proud of you for starting it early. And it goes back to the things that I mentioned earlier episodes, like, getting started, thinking about things. And I think hobbies define who we are, and in turn also define our ambitions. And I'm not sure if I'm making too much sense, but that's how I see things. So be sure to know what things you like doing. It's because it's going to really help you shape who you are. And, you know, um, if you're not doing the things that you love, do you even. Oh my goodness, that was so negative, the way I was about to end that sentence. But you need to consider what you do, and doing things that you love will make you feel really fulfilled. And I think that's a very, very healthy way to live, and you know might open you up to a very good perspective towards everything that you do, since everything I've done so far in my life, as in hobbies, all culminates to that goal of eventually being able to make a game to express myself. I studied Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in my college to be able to understand programming, at least in the most basic way, from the information that I can learn from my college, albeit not too much, but it still laid down the foundations of, the stuff that I know now, and allows me to continue pursuing my goals. So there's still value in that. Um, and everything that I do is towards that goal. I do D&D so I can learn all the things that I mentioned earlier. As the DM, there you are put in some sort of leadership role, even though it's just a casual setting as a group of players and friends. You're still put in that leadership role, so I learned people dynamics, learn some management skills, writing, music, again, character designs, stories. So writing stories and worlds. So I'm doing that to be able to, learn how to design a good video game, essentially. And everything is homebrew as well. So I'm creating my own content. I'm creating my own ideas and sharing them in the world. And it's just so fascinating, isn't it? Like, there's so much that you can do as long as you put your mind into it, as long as you immerse yourself in the experience and the things that you do. It will definitely shape your ambitions. And your ambitions doesn't have to be as grand as mine. Those are my life missions. Those are pretty deep to to making me who I am. Sometimes it can be also it can also be applied to short-term goals. You're trying to make friends. As I mentioned from the previous episode, some people are facing challenges and they want, they might feel isolated and alone. Um, Maybe a way to. Oh my goodness, I actually never encountered these before. They might actually be, looking for groups to play with, or people to, play with in video games, or just people to talk to in general. But when you're making friends, you need to be offering something. It needs to be an exchange. Um, and if you don't work on yourself, you don't know, if you can't express yourself through your passions, then it would be very, very difficult to hold a conversation, at least in my experience. So you really need to look into your passions and your hobbies and define who you are in order for you to make connections and make friends. Since in my case, in D&D, I won't be able to play D&D if I don't learn how to be a good DM. If I just, take everything as is, or um, you know, don't put any effort in my games, then my players wouldn't be interested in playing with me. They might, but they might still play. It's just they're not gonna have fun. And as I've mentioned, if you're not having fun with the things that you're investing time for, is that, you know, you won't feel fulfilled and you would feel like you're wasting time. So yeah, just think about what makes you happy, and everything should um, follow after it. You know, um, just keep doing what you like doing, and then think about how it affects you, how it shapes your ambitions, your dreams, your goals, and you know, it will clear a path for you. And it, it's getting pretty late today, so I'm thinking of resting. But yeah, I hope I'm making sense, and I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. So, how do I cap this off? Um, do what makes you feel excited, what makes you cope with the struggles of ordinary life, whether it may be work, school, or other things. Just do your hobbies and make sure that they're fun. And if not, you can take a break. You can try out other things, as I've mentioned in my previous episodes. Um, just try out what's best for you. I think awareness is the first thing towards achieving all of that. So I hope this is your wake up call, your sign to, consider and start introspecting and thinking about what you want and how that means to you, and how your activities shape who you are. And I can go on and on about the benefits of this. Because of D&D, I've met so many great people, so it helps me socially. It does wonders for my emotional state. Whenever we play, whenever we stream it, so it helps me emotionally. Um, because it helps me emotionally, I am able to maybe not sleep better, but it helps you in all sorts of things. If you work out, then it helps you physically. There's all kinds of hobbies have all sort of effects on you and shapes who you are. As long as you're having fun, then yeah. And speaking of having fun, since it is weekend, I hope you are taking your time and doing your hobbies. I hope that you know, it's better if you're able to share it with someone, but if you're a little bit introverted or isolated, then I hope you can find your own fun through reading, writing, watching YouTube videos like this, and get your kickstart towards rejuvenating your energy and preparing yourself for another week of challenges. And, really proud of you. If that is your mindset, really good. It's a really healthy outlook if you're taking all this to heart. Well, I think that should be everything for me. Um, if you're watching this as soon as I post them, we have a game tonight. I'm really proud of my players. They're really, really good people. Everyone's working on themselves. I'm so proud. Um, Everyone's communicating well whenever someone's, sick or uneasy or tired. Everyone's just really good people. So I hope you guys are doing the same. And thank you so much for watching, I guess. I don't think I'll level up today. Oh, I did. I did level up, so that's great. Fishing. Oh, I got the recycling machine. And yeah,